Hello, dosto. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll discuss one more important burning topic, phone tapping. You might have heard this thing or seen this thing in the news. In the Telangana, phone tapping issue is going on. There were various allegations that various police officials are involved in the phone tapping of various political parties and also various celebrities, and they were blackmailed and harassed. And this happened under the BRS government. This is what the allegation is, and this is the political issue that is going on. But whatever it is, there is a breach of trust. People have so much of trust on the government, and for own personal greens, so that trust cannot be broken. Okay, if this breach of trust happen, so what happens again? There will be a kind of mascharas, right? So this has to be used in the ethics. Laws cannot be broken by the people, whoever at whoever is at the higher levels. We consider them with utmost respect, the political parties, police forces. So they should act as a role models in abiding the law. Okay, use this thing in the case studies GS4 also. Now let's start a discussion. Which is the law that governs the phone tapping? So in India, the phone tapping is governed under the Indian Telegraph Acts. But however, recently, Telecommunications Act 2023 was passed, and this act replaces this Telegraph Act along with this Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act, and the Telegraph Wires Unlawful Possession Act were also replaced. However, whatever the rules that were made for the phone tapping under the Indian Telegraph Act are still followed, as these were the guidelines which were given by the Supreme Court in the PUCL versus Union of India case. Again, here one more example. So role of civil society in bringing the checks and balances and ensuring the good governance. You can also use this example of a role of civil societies. Again, in the paper of GS2, it has to be used. Like this, try to link concepts. Now, as per this act, previously it is the Telegraph Act, now it is the Telecommunication Act. This act gives the power. Okay, here I have mentioned section 5 of Telegraphs Act, but currently it is under the Telecommunication Act 2023. This authorizes power for the phone tapping for in interest of the public safety, sovereignty, integrity of India, security of the state, friendly relationship with the foreign states, or public order, or for preventing incitement to the commission of an offense. Now, who can tap? Who can do this phone tapping? In the state, police have the powers to do the phone tapping, and at the center, 10 agencies can play the role in the phone tapping. Only these 10 agencies. Any other agency, if involved, it will be considered as a illegal. Now, who will issue the orders or who will authorize to do the phone tapping? It should be done by the Secretary to the Government of India in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Very important for the prelims. This is for the central government, and for the state government, again by the Secretary to State Government in charge of the Home Department in case of the state government. So these are the two important points, and these orders should be given to the service provider like Geo, Airtel. They have to get this in written orders. Only then service provider should allow the phone tapping, or else if service provider authorizes the phone tapping without any written orders, his licenses can be cancelled under this recent Telecommunications Act 2023. Very important point for the prelims. Now, what happens during the emergency? When these higher level officials are not able to authorize, at least not a person of below the rank of the joint secretary who were already approved by the Union Home Secretary. When I'm not there, you do the approval. Such kind of permission is given by the Union Home Secretary, and but not below the rank of joint secretary for the government of India. And same is case with the state of Home Secretary has to do the approval in case of the emergency. In the remote areas, it has to be done with the senior police officer, like approval of the prior approval of the head or the second senior most officer of the authorized law enforcement agency at the central level, and by the authorized officer not below the rank of the inspector general of the police at the state level. Okay, I hope these points are clear. Now, even after this authorizing at the first level, they has to be kept for the review. Okay, and the review committee is headed by the cabinet secretary plus law and telecom secretary as its members. In the state, it is headed by the chief secretary with the law and home secretary as its members. Very important. Still same provisions are followed. So initially approval and then again review. Okay, so what is the criticism right now going on? Now, approval and review, both of them are done by the executives only. There is no independent body. So even if there is misuse, people will not get to know. There are no proper checks and balances. This is the criticism. Now, in the present case, your right to privacy has been violated. Many celebrities' phones were tapped and they were blackmailed. So their rights were violated. Only phone tapping should happen, okay, if there is proportionate need, only when there is compelling interest, then only your fundamental right can be restricted. Okay, this was said in the Puttuswamy judgment case by the Supreme Court. So these are the two important criticisms. Okay, yeah. And see, if your phone is tapped and approval and review is done by the government only, again, you will never know. Even if it was not done for right reasons, will you ever know? So political parties like opposition parties are afraid that it can be used by the party in power to control them. So various fears are going on. So there should be proper checks and balances. In the UK and Australia, the review is done by the judicial supervision. Okay, so these are very important for the prelims as well as the mains. Even if it is not asked directly, you can use it anywhere. Like various things are going on, mass surveillance, democracy, under these topics, somewhere you can use this kind of topics. I hope you guys liked this topic. Now please like, share and subscribe, and also do follow the channel. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.